Hi everyone. Welcome back to NK Studios channel. This is the 5th video of this series. I hope we will finish this bamboo tree in the 6th video. Back to the branches instances. If we use instance on points node same as the joints, the branches will grow from middle points of the bark. We have to use points from joints. So how we do it? First, delete the instance on points node. Then we try to take a point from each bamboo joints. We will take one of these middle points of the bamboo joints. That's the idea. We will change rotation of joints a bit with tangent output. Add a rotate instance node. Change the Z value to match the bark. The bamboo joints are instances now. That's mean they don't have any point to select. So we use a node, called realize instances, to convert them to geometry mesh. Add a delete geometry node to delete some points. We need a selection input. Back to bamboo joints geometry nodes to take an attribute. Add a store named attribute node right after the resample curve node. We will capture index attribute. Change float to integer. Add a name joint index. Store named attribute node works same as the capture attribute node, but we can take the attribute to other geometry node system to use, instead of using directly in the original geometry node system. Back to the bamboo tree. Add a named attribute node, and pull out the joint index attribute we captured. Add a compare node to take the middle edge loop of the joints. We created a joint with 5 edge loops, so the middle edge loop should be 2. Compare set to not equal to keep the second middle edge loop. Next, we add a delete geometry node. Add index node. Add a math node. Change to truncated modulo with 8 value. Now we have 1 point remain on each joint. Add a mesh to points node to convert vertices to points. Now we can add branches on tree by using instance on points node. Drag and drop branches collection into the node system. Now we will change something like the X rotation on instance. Ray join geometry. Add a random value node to change X rotation randomly. Add a combine X, Y, Z and connect to rotation. Duplicate a float curve from the very left of system node. And connect to scale socket. Change the parameter a little bit. Now the rotation of these branches is not right. We change the random value to -0.6 and -1. Add a rotate instances node one more time. Now we use random value and combine X, Y, Z nodes. If we try to rotate Z-axis, it will change the local Z-axis of each branches. But we want to rotate around the global Z-axis. So we uncheck the local space. But after that, These branches rotate around a pivot with 0, 0, 0 location. So some branches will fly out of the bark. We have to change the pivot location for each branches. We will use position vector of each points from the bark to control these rotations. Back to the Delete Geometry node right before inserting bamboo joints instances. Add a Capture Attribute node. Add a Position node. Change Float to Vector. After that we pull Attribute to Pivot Point. Now we can rotate branches around the joints. Use random value for Z rotation. Change max value to 2 pi or 3. We can increase branches count now. We will change something a bit for better result. Next to animation, the final part, select a twig. We want the leaves move. Add a rotate instances. When X rotation or Z rotation change, the leaves will move, so we have to change these value through time to have leaf animation. Add a noise texture. Add a combine X, Y, Z for X and Z rotation. Change dimensions to for D, we will have W value. This value can change with time. Add a map range to use later. Now we add a driver by press pound frame. Now the W value will have a relation. We can call it express. The leaves is moving too fast, so we will tweak it. Right-click, choose Edit Driver. Divide expression to 60. Now the leaves moving slower. That's how we make basic animation for the bamboo tree. Okay, thank you for watching this video. See you soon in the last video. Have a nice day and happy blending.